A very good evening to all of you, friends. A very good evening to all of you. On behalf of the entire team at Gradeup, I welcome each and every one of you for today's live session on our YouTube platform. Friends, today we are going to understand some very important and pertinent tips and tricks to crack CLAT 2021. It's just 48 hours, less than 48 hours for you to sit for this examination. It is less than 48 hours. So today we are on 21st of July 2021. You have an examination which is CLAT 2021 day after tomorrow. So you have less than 48 hours. So in today's session, I shall be discussing with you certain important tricks and tips of how to score well in your CLAT legal reasoning section. Now, we are on the verge of appearing for a very important examination, an examination which will lead most of us into law school. Now, what happens inside a law school is a different story. What is the syllabus you are going to be taught in a law school is a different story. But before we get into a law school, we have to crack this entrance examination. And when we are thinking about cracking this entrance examination, there has to be certain very important things that you must keep in your mind. So a very good evening to all of you. A very good evening to each and every one of you. Let's begin. Let's understand how can we score better marks in this particular entrance examination. But before that, Gradeup brings to you a flat 50% discount on your Gradeup Super subscription. Use the code RAIN50. Use the code RAIN50 and get a flat 50% discount on your Gradeup Super subscription. Gradeup brings to you a Booster 2.0 course with NLU experts. Those of you who are planning for CLAT 2022, Gradeup brings to you two separate batches, two separate courses, one in English, the other one in Hindi and English, which is bilingual. Okay, so get your Gradeup Super subscription and join these courses for CLAT 2022. Now, this course is meant for beginners who wants to build up for their CLAT 2022 examination. These classes will be all dealt or taught to you by NLU faculties, and it will be very highly interactive in section and all your doubts will be clear. The duration of it is 10 months. Gradeup also brings to you a booster special course for English language and critical reasoning. You will get 90 plus live hours of classes, 1000 plus practice question, 80 plus mocks and 150 plus sectional test. Gradeup also brings to you a 2-year long program for CLAT 2022 aspirants. So hurry up and join these batches for those of you who are preparing for CLAT 2022. Gradeup also brings to you a 2-year long program for CLAT 2023 aspirants. So those of you who are preparing for CLAT 2023, you have 2 years of time and Gradeup will help you in the next 2 years to build your score to ace for this entrance examination. Okay, so let's begin. We are talking about CLAT 2021 and legal reasoning section. Now, if you remember, 25% of the weightage, 25% of the weightage of this particular entrance examination is legal reasoning. So a materially huge amount of marks is asked on your legal reasoning. So in common law admission test, you will get 25% of your weightage, around 32 to 37, 38, 39 questions from legal reasoning itself. So legal reasoning will play a very, very crucial role. The legal reasoning section will play a very, very important role whether you get into a law school or you don't get into a law school. Now, these questions have undergone tremendous change since 2020. What is the change? The change is, from now onwards, you will be getting passage-based questions. That means you have to read these questions very carefully. You have to read these questions very carefully, especially the passage. Now, these passages will be based on important judgments, important legal events. So, the most important thing is reading the passage. Okay? So, in today's class, I am going to explain you what are the tips and tricks? What are the tips and tricks to crack this particular entrance examination? Now, these passages that you are going to get, these passages which you are going to get will all be in and around important legal events that has happened in the last 12 months. So what are the important judgments? What are the important legislations that has happened in the last 1 year or so? Those will play a very, very important role. Now, how do we attempt a passage-based question? Now, a lot of you might say, sir, should we read the passage first? Should we read the questions first? There are two opinions about it. Now, what I personally believe is students should read the questions first and then read the passage. Now, once you read the questions, you know which part of the passage you have to concentrate and which part of the passage you might not concentrate that much. So, when you are attempting a passage-based question, mind you, remember this, when you are attempting a passage-based question, the first important thing is read the questions. Once you have read the questions, you are in a position where you understand which part of the passage you have to concentrate more, which part of the passage you have to concentrate less. Am I clear? Is that clear? But I am not trying to say that read the question and start answering. No, you cannot. You have to read the passage. And whenever you are solving a particular question, refer to the passage. Read the passage. Okay, this part is important. Okay, you read it once again. Next question. Okay, this part is important. Read it once again, then solve. Now, it is a question paper in which you have negative marking. It is a question paper where you have negative marking, right? in which you have negative marking. So when you have a question paper which has negative marking, it is always important that you leave questions. You do not attempt those questions which you think you will answer wrongly. I will come to that in a moment's time. But before that, some important tips and tricks. Now, I am sure you have prepared for this entrance examination for the last 1 year. And if not for the last 1 year, at least for the last 5 to 6 months. So, you have already focused on your revision. Now, right now, do not read up something new. You have just 48 hours, less than 48 hours. So, do not read anything new. Focus on what has been already taught to you rather than picking up something new. It will be of no good use if you today start understanding what is vicarious liability or what is strict liability or what is theft or what is the difference between murder and culpable homicide. No. That time is already over. All that you have to do in the next 40 to 46 hours is focus on the revision. Now, if you guys have attended the daily legal affairs that I used to conduct in our YouTube, now it has been shifted in the app, then you have a good understanding of the recent legal developments that have taken place. So focus on revision rather than picking up something new. Number one. Number two, brush up those topics which you already know. Do not learn something new. I'm telling you, friends, do not learn something new. Brush up on what you have already gathered in the last couple of months. And thirdly, stress on important current legal developments and events. They are not going to ask you typical principle and fact-based question. They are not going to ask you those typical principle and fact-based question. They are going to test your skills on whether you are aware of important legal developments or not. Am I clear? So, all that I'm trying to tell you is simply this, that right now, do not learn something new. Brush up on the topics which you have already learned. And thirdly, stress on important legal developments. Now, important legal developments would include important judgments, important legislations, and other important developments in the field of law. Am I clear? I am not telling you right now, this is not the right time when I discuss with you each and every important topic. Now, if you have gone through the classes which we have already conducted, you will be now in a position to know that what are the important legal topics, right? Now, apart from that, you are already aware that this is a passage-based question. Now, you have to read the passage very, very carefully. Not only the passage, but also the questions relating to the passage. Now, at times what we see People do not read the question properly. Which of the following is not correct? People mark which of the following is correct. So a not, just a small word called not, will give you an exactly opposite answer. Now, you have to be patient. You cannot get yourself stressed up while you are answering this particular entrance examination, because this entrance examination is going to test your patience, your skills, and your calmness. Now, CLAT does not want, a law school does not want an Albert Einstein to come to a law school. They want students who are smart, who have the perfect aptitude and the skills to solve a question based on what is provided. Now, you are not a lawyer. They are not going to ask you questions like define murder, define culpable homicide not amounting to murder. No, they are not going to ask you such questions. They are going to ask you questions which are based on common sense. So what you are required in this particular entrance examination is your common sense, your smartness to answer a particular question. Now, there might be, now in this legal reasoning chunk, let me tell you, there will be difficult question, there will be easy questions also. So there will be a mix of difficult questions, there will be a mix of easy questions, and there will be also some moderate questions. Now, you have to be smart over here. And why do I say so? You cannot waste too much of time. You cannot waste too much of time on one particular question, which you should not. You should not waste too much of time on a particular question. You should know that you have a time constraint. You have to answer these questions in a particular amount of time. So, all that I'm trying to say, you have to read the question carefully, the passage carefully, and only then you start solving the question. So what are the do's and don'ts? Now, what I suggest student as an individual faculty is first read the question and then go ahead to the passage, so that you have a fair idea which part of the passage needs to be focused and which part of the passage you might leave. Because time is of great essence. If you lose even 20 seconds, you lose 20 seconds. It's a huge thing when you are cracking an examination like this. So first read the question, then read the passage, go opposite direction, okay? So once you read the question, you have an idea which part of the passage you have to focus on. Secondly, start with that section which you are most comfortable with. Now, some people say, I'm comfortable with maths. Some people say, I'm very comfortable with English. Some people say, I'm very comfortable with legal reasoning. Some people say, I am very good with critical reasoning. So, whichever section you are most comfortable with, attempt that first. Am I clear? Whichever part you are most comfortable with. Now, I would suggest you start with GK. because GK is easy. If you have gone through what has happened in the last 10 to 12 months, you will be in a position to solve the question. So I would suggest you first GK, then legal reasoning, then English, critical reasoning, and then maths. Because some people might feel that maths, I'm not good in maths, and so keep it at the end. But do not leave any section. Keep that in your mind. Do not leave any part. Do not say that, sir, I am not good in maths, so I am going to leave maths. No, don't do it. Even if you are not good in maths, you can at least score 5 or 6 marks. Even if you score 5 and 6 marks, do you know in 1 mark, there are 80 people who will be stuck in just 1 mark? So do not leave any section. Do not leave any section. What are the don'ts? Do not lose your patience. Now, these passages that you will be provided with will be lengthy passages. Let me tell you, these passages which will be provided in your entrance examination will all be lengthy passages. That means it will be around 400, 450 or 500 words. So do not panic. Have your cool. Do not lose your cool. Do not lose your patience. Second thing that you should not do is do not look around and see what others are doing. Now, I see a lot of people feel, okay, in an entrance examination, what is Mr. A doing? What is Mr. B doing? What is Mr. C doing? Don't do that. Don't do that. The moment you raise your head and look at someone else, remember you are losing at least 5 to 10 seconds and you are also losing on your concentration. So do not do this. Do not look around. Just focus on the question paper. Read the question paper. That question paper and your OMR sheet is your entire world for those 2 hours. Am I clear? Thirdly, do not lose your focus on the time. Now, do not, if you are stuck in a particular question, it's nothing like, I have to solve this question. Don't do that. Just don't do that. Go to the, move on to the next question. Move on to the next question. So do not keep this in your mind that you have a fixed amount of time for this question. You cannot lose your focus. You just cannot lose your focus. Because the moment you lose your focus on time, you will end up not solving the entire question paper. And all that I would say is that you should be in a position where you solve the entire question paper at least 10 minutes before. At least 10 minutes before. So that you have time to revise. You have time to revise. Okay, at least 10 minutes you should have in your hand, so that if you have left a question, you can attempt them later on. Okay. And finally, do not skip any section. Please do not skip any section. I'm telling you again and again, please do not skip any section, because if you skip a particular section, it is not good. It is not good at all. Is that clear? Am I clear to all of you? Is that clear to all of you? Okay. Okay, fantastic. Now, apart from this, I would also tell you that be positive, keep your confidence high. Be positive. Keep your confidence high. Now, if you think that, sir, CLAT is a difficult examination, I will not be able to crack this examination. So before you go to fight, you have lost the battle. Now, do not concede before you start the battle. You are all warriors. You are all warriors. So start the fight. Whether you win, whether you lose, that is a separate game. Now, there are battles where people win battles, people also lose battles. But you cannot say before you start with the battle that you are going to lose the battle. If you think that you are going to lose the battle before you start, then CLAT is over for you. So do not do that. People might scare you. People might say, CLAT is a very difficult examination. Your answer should be, so what? I have prepared well. Let me give it a good try. That's it. Keep your confidence level high that you can do it. If your confidence level is not high, believe me, things will be difficult. Now, do not think about what will be the cutoff marks. You have not got the question paper. So how will you know what is the cutoff marks and what is not the cutoff marks? If the question paper is difficult, then the cutoff will decrease. If the question paper is easy, the cutoff will increase. Am I clear to all of you? So all that I am trying to say, is the fact that be positive. Keep in your mind that yes, God has given you 1.5 kilo of grey matter, which everyone has got. So people of your age are going to National Law School, Bangalore. So you can also crack this entrance examination. Do not have any negative thought about this entrance examination. Okay? People might scare you. When you go to the examination center, you might see people with 10 books. Do not worry. Do not worry. Concentrate. Have a very good sleep. Have a very, very good sleep before you enter the examination. So tonight also have a wonderful sleep. Tomorrow also do not work hard. Have a nice day. Have good food. Have good amount of water. Do not stress yourself up. And just think that you have an examination to give. You are a warrior and you will fight it out. Am I clear? And do not think, sir, if I do not crack CLAT. No, you will be able, you are in a position where you can crack CLAT. Now, there will be thousands of students appearing in this examination. So do not get scared. Some people might say there will be 60,000 students for only 2,000 seats. So what? You have prepared well. Now, another important thing that I'm going to repeat again is that if you are not able to solve a question, be smart. Quickly move on to the next question. If you are not able to solve a particular question, do not worry. Quickly move on to the next question, because you have to be smart, because you have to remember that you have got a clock. That time is of great essence in these particular entrance examination. Am I clear? Is that clear to all of you? So be positive. Keep your eyes, ears all open. Do not worry. Do not get afraid. Do not get all this fear in your mind that, yes, sir, I did not prepare hard. I did not work hard. No. When you are sitting for that entrance examination, be positive. Keep your confidence level high and you will be able to make it. Am I clear? Is that clear to each and every one of you? So I hope that you guys will be in a position to do great in this particular entrance examination. I wish you all the very best. Not only for this CLAT entrance examination, but also for your life ahead. Do well in your life, whatever you become. Whatever you become, whether you become an engineer or a doctor or a lawyer, I wish you all the very, very best. Do not worry. Do not think what others are saying. Just concentrate. Just have your spirits high. And I'm sure you will be able to make it. So with this, friends, we come to the end of this video. Thank you very, very much. Do like this session and share this session with your friends across so that they understand the important tips and tricks to crack legal reasoning section for CLAT 2021. Thank you. God bless you. I wish you all the very best. Do not worry. Everything will be fine. Have high confidence in yourself. Okay? Have confidence in yourself. Do not underestimate yourself. That's it. All the very best. God bless you. Take care. See you very soon.